Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video and to a new trades recap and NQ market review. As always, I'm going to explain to you some of the trades that I took, walk you through the thought process from the higher time frame to the lower time frame and the logic behind each entry. Today's trades, basically we had a loser right here, one loser, right? Another trade was a winner, so minus R. This was like almost 2R, right? And then the last trade of the day was 1R trade. So this whole expansion from 11 a.m. all the way to 2 p.m., there wasn't a lot of trades to take, right? And I'm interested to know how did you do in this price action. So please leave a comment down below. Which trade did you take and how did you engage in this kind of price action? So as always, the same strategy. Zone, price put in a low, sweep this low, close back inside the range, CSS confirmation, and then price raise higher. We take our entry from here, stop loss here. This is the whole strategy. We use it on the higher time frame and on the lower time frame as execution. So this way, we make it as simple as it gets, few moving parts. So let's get into the trade breakdowns, right? And this is NQ from today's price action. I always start trading from or after 10:30, although there were a lot of setups, A+ setups during London. As always, we start from the higher time frame. So what do we have on the higher time frame? Always refer back to the left, look for zones and for lows or highs if you are looking to short. But price is obviously turning up, so we need to look for longs. So we need lows. We need lows to be liquidated, right? And then the CSS confirmation. So what do we have right here? We can see that we have this zone right here, right? So price was trading to the upside and it broke the zone right here. If you go to the 5 minute, so I can tell you the logic behind the first loser and explain to you why I think it was a loser. So here we see that we have our model, right? We swept this low into a zone to the left, which is this one right here. And the CSS happened right here, right? Price traded to the upside, broke all of this, and then returned back into here. Now I'm going to look for another confirmation or the same model. I'm going to look for it inside this zone right here. So this is a refined entry. So if we go to the 1 minute, what do we have on the 1 minute time frame? You can see that price was trading to the downside. It broke this, right, with body closure, returned back inside this zone, and then traded lower. But here, we failed to make a new low, right? So we have a sweep of a low inside the zone, which is the previous CSS. And then I was looking to buy once price returned to here. So price broke above this candle here. So I tried to enter from here. And I'm going to tell you exactly why this was a loser. Or from my perspective, of course, everybody has his own strategy and his own reasons of why price kept trading to the downside. But from my perspective, I'm going to tell you why I think this was a loser. So this was a loser right here, right? Let's remove this and let us zoom in for a minute. So this was our model, right? The sweep inside the zone, the CSS confirmation. Price headed to the upside, return back, and then we have another sweep and CSS. So this should be an A+ setup, right? But if we go to the 15 minute, our same model was printing on the 15-minute time frame. So if we refer back to the picture right here, we have a zone, price traded to the upside, right? Price put in a low. This low could be maybe a part of the zone right here before the break of structure, right? So it doesn't have to be a low that has put in after the break of structure. It can be either way. And then we have the sweep of the low inside the zone and then turning to the upside. So if we refer back to the chart once again, you can see that we have the zone, we have the break of structure right here. Now we are retracing. So when we are retracing, we want to see price sweeps something right here and then trade into the upside. So here I wanted to buy from here, although price didn't sweep anything from here yet, right? So what happened next is that we sweep this low and then traded to the upside, and then price gave us our exact model. And I'm going to show you how that looks like in the second trade. So we have a zone, we have a low right here, break of structure, sweep of this low, and then trade to the upside, right? Same thing right here. So now if we drop to the 5-minute time frame, this price swept this low, not on the 5-minute time frame, it swept it on the 15-minute time frame, but also we swept this low right here. And this low right here was also part of the zone, right? So we have the sweep of a low, we are inside this zone. Now what do we need? We need the break of structure above this candle right here with the body closure, right? We do have that here. And then we're going to take our entry. So this was my entry, and I believe I targeted this one. What did I target? Oh yeah, I targeted this high right here, right? And the stop loss was here. Why did I put my stop loss here? If we zoom in, we can see that price swept these two lows right here, this candle and this candle, and it break above it or closed back inside the range, and the CSS confirmation happened. So now we use this CSS as our stop loss. I don't want the price to come back all the way to here, especially that we are also in an expansion. We are trading with the higher time frame, with the expansion, right? Expansion leg. So I told you that expansion leg, don't try to look for deeper mitigation of zones. Don't look for deeper retracements. In most cases, it won't happen, right? So that's why I took my entry right here and I put my stop loss here, right? So as you can see, our model is printing everywhere on the higher time frame, on the lower time frame, multiple times. We also used it as a stop loss placement, right? So beautiful. But of course, you need to understand the higher time frame. So this was the second trade, and it was like a 2-hour trade. Or was it a 2.5 hour? Now, moving on to our third and final trade for the day, right? And it happened right here. So this was a bit of a risky trade, right? And I'm going to explain to you why. So we have a zone right here, right? From this high to this low right here. Price swept all of these lows, right? It didn't top on the 30%, but it topped at the SNDR right here, this fractal, and it failed to close below it, right? It failed to close below the SNDR. And we also have the CSS confirmation right here. So I took my entry from here, my stop loss here, and I targeted only 1-to-1. So why this trade was a risky trade? So I told you that a shallow top into the zone, expected to be a first stop, right? The first stop is usually just a quick scalp, just like you see here, just a quick scalp. But in this case, it happened to be a big expansion. Either way, this is the first stop, the shallow top. And the second top is usually a deeper into the zone, right? Sweeping something to the left, usually the first stop, and then it continue higher. So as you can see right here. a zone, first top, second top, and then trade higher, just like our picture right here. The low that we swept right here was the first top, and then the second top, and then trade higher, right? So price did offered a very nice entry right here. I didn't take it, but if you go to the 5-minute, so always look for those sweeps, all right, and close back inside the range. We don't want to see, or we don't want to work with body closures. So this makes it simple. We have a sweep, we have only body closure. I'm sorry, we have only wick, all right? Now we need the body closure above this candle. We do have that here. So now this is the CSS with this candle. Price return back inside the range. And as you can see, I told you that don't look for deeper pullbacks when we are in expansions. When we're trading expansions with the higher time frame, don't look for deeper pullbacks. It happened right here. This was price provided a deep pullback right here. This was only the first top. This was not the expansion leg to the upside. This is the expansion leg to the upside. And as you can see right here, a shallow top into the zone, and then price traded to the upside. So this was really beautiful, right? And price didn't offer any short entries, I believe, after 10:30. Yeah, as you can see, no short entries. Maybe if we have only wick side here, then we can consider this short entry, but we have a body closure, so always stay with the rules. So yeah, no short entries were provided using our model, right? Except maybe here, we have a sweep. The break of structure happened here. Price returned back inside the range, started trading lower. But since we are trading against the higher time frame, so don't expect a large move to the downside, right? And if you traded this and you took this short and price started trading higher, if you look to the left, right, you can see that our same model is happening on the other side. So you are trading against the model itself, right? So pay attention to this. There was also a nice, all right, I didn't see this. So this happened inside that 5-minute candle. We have a sweep, all right? This zone right here is the candle, right? And the sweep happened here. One more time. Yeah, so if we work with this sweep candle, price broke above it right here, returned back into it, and then traded to the upside, right? So I believe that this is the end of this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or DM in my Twitter account, and I will reply to you as soon as I can. Now, happy trading and good luck.